take me to church.
A zoo! There has never been a reason for a person to leave.
Because they die.
Episode 2, Season 2. Around the table, just a reminder, we have Janet, we have Christine, Cynthia, Aaron, Renee. I am Melinda, your DM. And let's get into it as we dive into one of the adventures from the Uncaged anthologies. This one is a level 0 adventure. It's from book 2. It's called The Shortest Night of the Year, written by Samantha Lavender and Miranda Mells. Here we go. So you are all agreeing to take care of the Rusalka, yes?
Yep.
Yes?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Cruella kind of nods, and Amber goes away, and she goes off into one of the corners. And there have been like groups of people who seem to be kind of dressed the same as they've been milling about. Like the people with the scrolls are all sort of dressed the same. There are clusters of people who are dressed the same way as Cruella. Like it's the same fine linen robes. And Amber goes over, and 3 of them break off from the group, and they come over to where Cruella is. And the 3 of them stand, and they have a brief conversation. They turn and they face a wall, and in sync, all 4 of them start to draw runes in the air, and a door appears on the wall. Cruella turns to you and says, "That's the door to Alphalwyn."
Oh, so do we get all our crap that we had before? Well, if we just were sucked out of something, where's all of our weapons and stuff?
Well, everything that was on your person when you were pulled is on your person now. But like you were holding a map, the map didn't come with you.
I didn't need that map. It was for some faraway land. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You were eating a sandwich, like the sandwich didn't come with you. But everything that was like physically on your person.
Okay.
Okay. What weapons were you carrying?
I was playing with potions. I probably didn't have any weapons on me.
Okay.
Her weapons are a crossbow bolts, 2 daggers, quarterstaff,
Right. I mean, you can request.
and a regular staff is her arcane focus.
You can request. Well, okay, for sure the staff is with you.
My staff.
Your arcane focus,
Yeah.
sure.
I have my Dragonbane blade.
And my daggers would have been on my side, okay. So I probably just don't have my light crossbow. I'll request a light crossbow to take with me and just to have, and I don't need the quarterstaff. I will have my regular staff anyway, just as my focus.
Okay.
But I have my daggers.
Okay. Anybody else need anything?
What's Creel's last name?
Weary.
Weary.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping it was like the Veil.
She has some puppies.
Right, yeah. She has a penchant for furs.
No, Hayda just has chainmail, a mace, and a shield. Yeah, pretty basic stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, I got no armor. Neither of my characters wear armor.
that's fine.
Yeah, I was already out and about, so I got my stuff.
Okay.
I got my. Yeah.
Aaron, you probably
Yeah,
have all of your
I'm good.
stuff, hey? Elizabeth has
Yeah.
all of her stuff?
Yeah, she's got all her stuff.
Yeah, I have my light leather armor, mace, quarterstaff, spear, and that crazy Dragonbane blade.
Okay, yeah, the one that came from the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it, but anyway. I mean, my character knows, but personally, like, I don't.
What your
Well,
bonuses are and stuff.
I've never in real life had a Dragonbane.
Bane blade. So you request a light crossbow or hand crossbows?
I would prefer hand crossbows, but I don't think I can use them. So
Okay.
because they're martial weapons.
So you need a light...
So I need a light crossbow.
Okay.
With bolts.
Amber kind of strokes her beard, thinks for a second, and goes, I know who to talk to. And she kind of darts away, and she's kind of skipping through the crowds, and she flags down one of the people who've been like dragging axes through the room. And they, sure enough, come back to Amber, and there's the light crossbow, and Amber brings it back over to you. So you have one now. Okay, who's first going through the door?
I'll go.
Okay.
Care follows.
Suppose I
behind.
could
Well, sure.
describe the door for you. Would you like to know what it looks like?
Yes,
Or
I'm just gonna high five Kerr and high five and give him guidance. So he's got a little like bonus if he doesn't.
Doesn't survive through the door.
The very first thing we encounter.
right. Right.
They'll have a bonus to an ability check of their choice. So
If
give
something
you a little,
happens on the other side.
Yeah. So this is kind of like occasionally
How long does
do
a
like
lance last?
a minute. So
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
we're going to the danger. High five.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then it must be routine because he doesn't really flinch or anything at it. He just kind of does it and walks through the door.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Where's my high five?
Can I cast guidance? I think because as concentration, I think it can only do on one person at a time.
I think, and it's a spell, right?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily get stronger. Okay. All right. So the door that has appeared in the wall suddenly out of nowhere doesn't look like the most well constructed door. Like, this is not hardwood and iron. This is like, hobbled together pieces of scrap wood that have like rope as the handle. So that's the door that you're looking at. That's going to take you into Athelwyn. Xandra is leading the way.
Yep.
Pulls the door open. You step through. No problem. As you step through,
Is it dark?
as you step through, it's kind of late afternoon, early evening. Like, it's not the sky is starting to turn color, but like just the very beginning of it. And as you walk through the door, you're stepping out into the forest. Suddenly, and there's like one of those little posts that like Athelwyn this way and nowhere the other way. Okay, so the door swings shut behind you and vanishes.
Glade's just ready,
Poof,
keeping watch.
it's gone. Okay. So it's Midsummer Eve in the mountain. The sun has already started to disappear behind the western peaks of the mountains. As the evening stretches long and warm into dying golden light, the Midsummer Festival has begun in the village of Athelwyn. Long wooden tables crowd the village square beneath the hanging lines of ribbons and fire baskets. There are people absolutely everywhere. They're carrying platters of food, they're arranging chairs, they're serving drinks, they're chasing kids who are running around laughing, just acting absolutely wild. Long wooden stage is set up on the grass for dancing. There's several musicians who have already begun tuning their instruments. An assortment of mouth-watering smells waft from open windows of nearby homes. As a bright purple dusk falls on the shortest night of the year, everyone is welcomed to partake in the food and drink.
So I, in real life, just watched Midsummer about a month ago, the movie.
Yeah.
I know where this can go. Did nobody else watch it?
Never heard of it. Yeah, I don't know
It's
what it is.
horrifying. It's a horror movie.
I don't think this is a horror thing.
Okay.
I don't think this is a horror thing, honey. I mean, I don't know how it's going to play out quite yet, but I don't think it is.
It could.
I mean, it might.
Depends on how we roll.
There could be a TPK, but
So my character's food driven. So I'm like, because I like to forage, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm very distracted by the smells, and I'm
Sure.
trying to get back.
sure.
So we're looking for Elak. Is there a
Rusalka?
character?
Do we ever find out who Alec was? Because we heard that name, right?
Well, Alec was the name that the
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah.
Alex.
He's the one who's listening to local gossip.
yes
She.
yeah.
So we're
That's
looking
our
for
standard
Rusalka.
bearer character here for here.
Should we ask where the lake or body of water is that Rusalka?
I mean, you can do
lives
that.
in?
You can also, explore for a while, join in some celebrations, see if you can make some friends with some locals, and maybe get some more information that way.
Okay. Are they looking at us? Is it obvious that we're here?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, they're used to travelers coming and going because the forest around the village is quite safe, So they're used to travelers coming through the town.
I'm gonna try to. Is anyone else like arms out? Probably not with the festival, right? So I'll put the glaive away.
Yeah, no. Yeah, nobody's ready for a fight here. Yeah,
No, keep it out. I would keep it out. Get a really bad feeling.
He doesn't want to stand out too much
No, I
with the
know.
festival going on.
I put my dragon blade bane thing away. It's ginormous, I assume.
I would say. Yeah, it's probably.
So I'm like,
Yep. Okay, so as the foods and things are being brought out and they're being set up at the different tables, there's roasted rosemary duck with gravy served over small early potatoes and the first carrots of the year. There are salads of summer cabbage, sorrel, and dandelions with the last of the spring radishes.
and I go like white.
I know that smell.
Yeah.
Could you make a sanity check for me, please?
I grab her by the arm and drag her away.
Okay.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe.
So I rolled 12. My sanity check 10.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Don't breathe. Don't breathe. Just walk
Okay.
with me.
There's warm, spiced wild blackberries and blueberries from further up in the mountains. There's fresh river trout grilled in mulberry sauce and served on a bed of roasted turnips and cauliflower. There's ripe goat's milk cheese and sharp cow's milk cheese, along with small loaves of dark, crusty bread. There are bowls of cherries, peaches, and plums next to plates of cooked apricots drizzled in sweet vinegars.
You're making me hungry.
There's raspberry rhubarb pie topped with cold cream.
Yeah.
There's foamy beer brewed with heather and sage that is more hearty than it is intoxicating, and plenty of hot green tea.
This sounds amazing in real life.
I know, doesn't it?
It's like
Can we go to
amazing.
Athelwyn, please?
Right? I'm
Sample
like,
some
Food,
food.
just stay away from the cabbage.
yeah,
hon.
guys, if you see cabbage, please let me know because I can smell it. And then I go straight to the loaves.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to the cheese and the yum.
Yeah, and the beer.
The beer.
I'm trying to make sure, because we're on a job, no one's drinking excessively,
Sure.
Yeah.
especially the younger
Yeah, but they're
ones.
not our responsibility.
Yeah.
They're not our responsibility.
I'm
Care.
drinking moderately. Yeah.
Eat.
And
Well,
we
I'll let you
cheers.
have one or two because you're older, but she's 17, so
Yeah.
it's like, and you're
Super-
already
How
like
am
he
I?
feels like you're kind of flighty right now.
Well, I'm trying to get rid of that cabbage, like the cabbage panics, also known as
The cabbage sweats.
CPs.
I got a bad case of the CPs, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to make sure she stays stable.
Okay.
It's probably wise.
Yep. Aaron?
I'm just wandering along, following everybody.
Okay. You're eating anything?
Munching.
Munching? Snacking? Okay.
Snacking.
All right. Things are definitely getting going. There's dancing on the wooden stage. There is some arm wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
There is an opportunity for you to guess at Ribbles with old Mabon and her daughter Annis. Annis, not anus. Annis. Janice.
Just immediately.
You knew.
I knew.
You knew.
Like, I heard an intake of breath. It's Annis.
I was actually more intaking about. Say the game again.
It's guessing at riddles with old Mabon.
Riddles. I think you said ribbles.
Not ribbles.
And and I'm like, all those words made no sense.
And then all you heard was anus.
Now, when I heard it, I was thinking, Annis, like the licorice thing.
Right.
That's what got through my head.
I mean, we'll just call her
clearly
Anne.
have a different
We
brain.
could just call her Anne. You have an opportunity to play chess with Elias, the innkeeper, while his husband Medrin sits in his lap and offers bad suggestions. You can play dice with Della and Elise from the orchard. You can play cards with Marisheth and Clemmy from the dairy, or a game of all four if someone can get them to agree on what to play. Like all four of them sitting at the table. Okay. You can sing songs with Rhea and help her move her rolling chair around the festival, so she must be chair bound. You can help Ty the baker tell stories to a gaggle of enraptured children, while her wife Kavera, the village blacksmith, makes funny faces at appropriate times during the tale, so that the person telling the story believes that they're being hilarious.
I thought you were going to say to tie the baker up. Not
That's what I thought. Yeah.
tie the baker
Okay.
to a chair.
So are people looking at us like? Are there any friendly faces? Because I'm looking.
Oh yeah, everybody is just out to have like the best time.
Pretty sure a lot of them are drunk already.
Yeah, everybody's just celebrating Midsummer.
But we want to get some information, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I wander over to the anus.
You wander over to the
To the
Annis.
riddles.
To Annis.
To Annis.
Okay. All right. Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
Oh my God. 3.
3.
On my lap.
Okay. You hear this. Why does a chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Because it's too long to go around. And Mabel laughs and laughs and laughs at her own
And I'm
joke.
like,
she's like, I'm so funny.
That's pretty good.
It's a dad joke. Nobody cares. Everybody has a big laugh over the joke, and she steps aside because she gets the impression that you would like to speak with her. And she introduces you to two of her friends. They're called Bridget and Elanya. She says that she needs some help finding some blooming fern. for one of
Sure, I can help you out.
for one of her recipes.
Okay.
The ferns don't have flowers on them, but local folklore tells of a golden blossom that only blooms on Midsummer's Eve. It's magic, and it's said to grant many things, such as great wealth, true love, or a single wish.
Where do you find this?
In the forest,
Which forest?
the one that surrounds the village.
Any direction. Just go.
Well, it could have been any forest.
Right, yeah. Bridget and Alanya tell the woman who was telling the riddles, I already forget her name, too much wine. They've kind of like scampered away because they've gone off in a direction, and another woman approaches. Her name is Kaja, and you can tell by the way that she's dressed that she's like the village huntress. Right, like she's got like the tunic and the pants and the bow on her back,
Okay.
long bow, whatever. And doesn't want to worry anybody, but she also thinks that you should probably do a quick search to the north of the woods to help find the girls who have gone off on their own, because sometimes those two girls kind of get lost. They don't really have the best sense of direction. She also suggests maybe taking some food and water with you. I mean, you may get peckish while you're out strolling through the woods. It is Midsummer's Eve, so, you know, things are pretty relaxed around here right now, but it may be something. It may be prudent,
Okay. So I grab a loaf.
should you wish.
So I grab some bread and cheese and wrap it up and toss it in my backpack.
Okay.
Same. Some rations or snack food.
Yep, ditto.
Yeah, we can call it rations.
I just take an inappropriate amount of food off the table. Like shrimp and, yeah.
The whole shrimp platter.
All of the shrimp and all of the
Also-
cheese.
If you take
Take
cabbage,
some fruit
though.
too. If there's any fruit, I'll take some fruit.
I'm also
The
looking,
whole bowl of cherries. Yeah.
looking for like some exotic foods, specifically something with it involves bugs.
Something that involves bugs.
Yeah.
Ew.
I don't know if there was.
Just keeping an eye out.
Maybe there are some bugs in the strawberry rhubarb pie.
Oh,
Maybe they just accidentally.
There now.
they just fell in.
Oh, yeah. They've just been kind of buzzing around, and then they landed in the heavy cream on top of the pie and
Those,
kind of
like,
got
slides and
stuck.
stuff,
Yeah.
I'll grab
Yep,
that
they get
slice.
stuck. Okay. All right.
You see me just like shove it in a pocket or something.
Oh, like and the cream just goes.
Yeah. Well, like not even like the whole thing. Like you'll see me like scrape the bugs and put it in a pocket, and like the rest of it, I just kind of like
Drop on the
throw
ground.
it out.
Yeah,
Drop
God.
on the
Okay.
ground.
Amazing.
Notes are being taken.
Yep. I just need
I'm
to.
getting weird looks everywhere too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Now it's my turn to like slowly back away from you.
Kaja gets to tracking, and she's following the footsteps of Bridget and Alonia. It's a surprise to everyone that they've actually kind of found it, and they're making their way back into the village when you find it. The fern is actually inside a barely noticeable ring of mushrooms. And the golden flower kind of glows a little bit in the dim light. And they rush forward in excitement, and they cross the fairy ring. A second, the fern vanishes, and the two girls tumble in surprise down a steep, muddy slope and splash into something that can be heard. They make a big splashing noise.
And we see this.
Yep, you do.
Maybe that's where Rusalka is.
Can I still see the golden fern?
No, it's disappeared. Yeah.
I
To
walk
give you-
over carefully and see where the girls ended up.
Okay. Make a survival check, please.
Oh, crud. 4.
Okay. I mean, the girls were there, and now they're not.
Oh.
Aaron, do you want to make a survival check for me? See what Elizabeth comes up with.
7.
So she was. So they were there and now they're gone. Did we see them fall?
I mean,
We heard them.
right?
I'll do a survival check too.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
over
please
and.
do.
Shall I?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
8 plus
Do you want
3.
to?
11.
11? Okay, 11 will do it. Okay. I'll accept it. You get to this hill that you didn't even realize was there around the ring of mushrooms, and you find the tracks of the girls as they slid down this muddy hill and into this pool. So the slope leads to a small forest pool. It's fed by a trickling bush. No, that's not right. The slope leads down to a still forest pond fed by a trickling brook and bathed in silver moonlight. It's very pretty. Bridget and Alonia are lying unconscious on the bank, soaked, but completely uninjured. They're fine. They appear to have been dragged there, and no amount of shaking or shouting can wake them. Can somebody make a medicine check for me, please?
I'll do it.
Oh, I have medicine. Okay. Can I do it too?
Sure.
Nat 20.
Go fuck yourself.
11.
18.
Just kidding. Okay. So, our super spy over here can confirm that it would seem, no, she can confirm that the water has sent the girls into a magical sleep. She has somehow seen it before in her incredible adventures as a super spy. Oh, okay. And you warn the rest of them that it would be best to not
Go near the water.
to the pool. Yeah. Has anybody gone into the pool before they get the warning?
Does anyone have waterproof pants?
I don't know if anybody has waterproof pants.
No waterproof pants.
No
in
waterproof
here.
pants. Okay.
Oh, go near the water now.
All right. Perception check, please, everyone.
15? Or, yeah, 15.
19.
16.
16.
8. Okay. Across the pool, everybody sees this. Across the pool, a woman sits comfortably on a large stone that juts out over the water. Her eyes are very dark in the moonlight, and a wet braid of white hair droops over one shoulder. She's wearing a damp tunic, and her bare legs are crossed over the edge of the stone with her feet dipping just below the water's surface. The strange woman pushes herself off the stone and disappears below the surface of the pond. And a little bit too quickly, she rises from the water not a few feet from where you stand. They will not wake, she says. Her voice is very deep and still as a frozen lake. Very few can withstand the enchantment of my pool. She cocks her head and examines you. You may call me Rusalka, for this is what I am, she says. Perhaps you will give me your names so that I may know what to call my unexpected guests.
I'm Magria.
I'm Meg.
I am.
I'm Meg.
Meg.
Meg, it's a pleasure.
Care does a sort of salute and he says, introduces himself as Care.
Ah, Care, my soldier.
My name's Haida. And we've learned that you're missing something.
It was a year ago this very night.
Maybe we could arrange some kind of a trade.
Do you have what I seek?
We could find it.
How could you find it?
We're very resourceful.
We'd been sent here by the
Knight's Defiance.
edit.
I'm sorry, but that stays in. No, I got it.
No, you can totally keep it.
They're a cult. Pretty sure. Did Criella send you?
She sent us to aid you.
And what's your name?
Xandra.
Xandra. You have beautiful eyes, Xandra.
Thank you.
And you?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Strong, silent Elizabeth.
Yep.
I was just about to make my way back to the old ruins where I met my lover last year.
Where are the ruins?
I should say also, I'm kind of saying, what are your plans with these two girls? Because,
Yeah.
we'll help you get your heart back if you don't hurt the two girls who are unconscious in your pool.
Oh no, it's simply something to keep me protected. No harm shall come of them. They'll just wake, maybe be a little drowsy, but they'll be fine.
When will they wake?
In a few hours.
Okay.
We'll call it at dawn.
Okay.
So what will it take for you to get your heart back?
I simply must go to where it was lost.
Well, let's do this.
Can we bring the girls to the town first?
Get the hunter chick to take them back to the town.
Could you do it on her own?
I'm sure she's
Yeah.
resourceful. She can drag them one at a time.
Yeah, well,
How far are we from the town? Like,
she's-
not that far.
Yeah, you're not that far. Yeah, basically down a hill, more or less.
They can figure it out.
Yeah, she can even go get help, I suppose. Totally.
We're here for a purpose.
Kasha.
Yeah, can we like drag these two out of the water so that they can
They're
actually...
already out of the water.
Yeah, they're out of the water.
They're out of the water?
Yeah, she pulled them out of the water.
Rushalka moved them
Alright.
already.
Yeah. Okay. What's really great about Rusalka is that, well, I don't know if I should be revealing this or not. Call it an insight check. And please roll high.
Oh, all of us.
Yeah, everybody.
Sorry.
Actually, Care won't either because he trusts her already.
Sure, yeah.
I'm
Kids
sorry,
are out
you
of the
said
water,
roll
so it's all
high?
good.
Yeah.
10.
10.
5.
5.
You said
19.
roll high.
19, thank God.
4.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for Sandra. You have put together that Rusalka is a dryad.
That was my thought on it anyway.
Was it? Aw,
Can you explain a dryad for
Dryad.
those of us who may not know?
Dryads are like children of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. And more, from what I understand, and Cynthia, please correct me if I'm wrong because my lore is shaky at the best of times, almost as shaky as my storytelling, that they, in order to like sleep, they have to turn into trees. Is that accurate or something?
Yeah, they can turn into inanimate objects type thing.
Yeah.
Dryads are.
There's a
Dryads
dryad.
appear to be beautiful women with delicate features, seemingly made of soft wood. Their hair appears to be made of leaves and foliage that change color with the seasons of the calendar. Yeah.
Fantastic. There you go, Janet. That's a dryad.
So like
perfect.
like children of the forest in that they are actually made of wood.
Right.
So Pinocchio.
Yeah, except I don't think that she has the desire to be a real boy.
Also, they can probably lie.
I mean, maybe. There might not be any egregious side effects anyway.
Sorry, I just got this thought of like Pinocchio wanting to be a real man.
Okay. So Rusalka offers to help the evening go by a little bit quicker and easier for you all as you make your way through the woods, if you will allow her to contact a friend of hers.
Sure.
What?
We're here to
Wait.
help. We're here to help her. So why wouldn't we accept her help?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. She reaches out to her friend Aspen. Now, he's another dryad who can, with a touch, grant you the benefits of the tree stride spell for 1 minute.
Cool.
So we
Cool.
can walk fast and far.
Yeah. You're gonna get to places really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay. So several large weathered stones dot a moonlit meadow. Soft white twinkling lights dance in the air like dandelion seeds. On one flat stone rests a curious feast. Stacks of strange cakes and frosted honey breads, baskets of living branches filled with unnameable fruits, rounds of fey cheese paler than the moon, dark wine and goblets of crystalline ice. On stones nearby sit 3 figures, feasting and laughing. All 3 are very surprised about your arrival. However, they welcome you because you are traveling with Rusalka. They're very happy to see her. I mean, it's been a year. I mean, oh, look, you've left your pool. Ha ha ha. They kind of make some jokes about it. Like they're kind of dicks, right?
Does she have a sense of humor?
I mean, not about being tied to her pool. I feel like that's a very personal, very specific dig that she doesn't really
Yeah,
appreciate.
but she can lash back at his fancy fiddle.
Right? Like, who wears their hair like that anyway?
What's with why not a normal fiddle
Right? I mean,
or didgeridoo?
why was that so hard? Why can't you play a xylophone? Why can't you just play a xylophone like a normal fairy?
Is it Zuzubella or whatever it's called?
No, I was gonna go with.
The
I
horn?
want to say sambuca so badly, but that's a drink.
Yes, that's a drink.
you know, the little plastic thing, and it's got
Kazoo?
kazoo.
Kazoos.
That's the one. Oh. No, that's the slide whistle.
The vuvuzela is the big horn that they play at like
Yes.
soccer games.
Yes, that thing.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what he's playing here, written in the notes. But it's also better than a kazoo. So, what is it called? A vuvuzela?
Vuvuzela.
A vuvuzela.
Yeah. Those things are crazy and they're loud.
Yes, they are.
As I pull up my pamphlet, they start playing.
I also have the pan flute. Can I join?
Thank God. A duet.
So we came all the way here for Tree Stride.
Yep.
What's that actually going to do? It just makes us go faster?
It just makes you go faster, yeah. So you
Helps us get
traveled
there
like an
faster.
hour's worth of a hike in like a minute.
Ooh, that's
Right?
cool.
Yeah.
So how do we get back when we get to where we're going with this tree stride?
slowly.
Girl, we got 2.5 more pages.
In due time.
We'll get to it. I promise.
Let's go find this whatever we need to find right
Yeah.
now. Come on.
Okay. So
Let's go get this chick back her heart.
the tree stride spell wears off, and in less than an hour of walking, you guys have managed to find your way to an old ruin. And she explains that this is where she met the wonderful succubus last year. I would like somebody to make a religion check for me, please.
17.
You recognize this as the ruins of an old human church.
Yeah, I'm just realizing. So they did it in a church.
Yeah.
It was a religious experience.
It was, right? That's why it's been so
Take me to church.
Hashtag copyrights. What? Okay, so can somebody else make a nature check for me?
Oh, what the heck?
Oh, you don't want me doing it.
9.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
15.
6.
Okay. So everybody who rolled, sorry, what did you get?
I didn't roll because I was.
Oh, right, you didn't do it. Okay,
but
no, that's
hang on,
fine.
I will. Yeah, no, 7.
Okay.
So.
Don't go in the grass.
Okay. Okay.
That's how the game works, right?
Don't go in the grass.
Like, don't drop the soap.
I mean, kind of.
Immediately I go in the grass.
Okay. Well, everybody who rolled like above a 13, I think you were the only one that got above below.
I was low.
You were low as well. Okay.
So was I.
Don't go
I
in
had
the
a
grass.
16.
Just me.
Okay. Okay. So the grass is apparently called hungry grass.
Nom nom nom.
Nom 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 grass. It's tall, it's dry, and it grows in a 60-foot radius circle around the immobile spirit of hunger, which appears as a skeleton sitting at the base of a tree. You start to turn the grass next to you. Okay, we did that. So you guys passed it. You guys didn't. So if you rolled under a 13, I need you to roll again for a Constitution saving throw, please.
At least it's not thirsty grass.
Right. It's not thirsty grass, so you're good. It's hungry. It's angry
Back
grass.
up. Get away from the grass. Get away.
10.
Hey.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, dear.
A 10 total for me.
Okay.
9.
Switching dice. Dice joke.
Oh, Constitution +1, so 11.
Okay. All right.
Get away from the grass. I grab a hold of the Minotaur. Get away from the grass.
Okay.
And care.
It's like, it's grass. If you say that, like, my
Me
glaze
grabbing a
out
hold of
already.
you, you probably feel this. It's like somebody pulling on your sweater. I got an 8 strength. I'm not going to be pulling anywhere.
Well, if you
Excuse
say
me.
it's weird, then I have my glaive out and on guard, and
Okay.
It's weird. Back up.
All right. So as you
I
get
drag her behind me.
okay, so as you get closer to the
There's
grass,
cabbage in there.
oh dear.
Guys,
I keep her from running further.
I'm on full out panic mode.
Quit triggering.
I just want to get you away from it. There's no cabbage. At least I don't think there is.
And I'm like,
Okay.
I needed you to move under your own power.
Please come this way.
Yeah.
Walk this way.
Rusalka kind of grabs you both by the arm, everybody who's going towards the grass, and pulls you back and apologizes profusely. She completely forgot that mortals are affected by the hungry grass, and she
The
pulls
nom-nom
you,
grass.
Yeah, the nom nom grass, and she pulls you back towards the church, which was the scene of a passionate evening. The human church is built on a grassy cliffside overlooking a deep wooded ravine. The doors and the roof have long since rotted away. Thick ivy covers the gray stone walls, and she mentions that she spent most of Midsummer's Eve last year at the top of the bell tower.
So she got her bell rung.
She explains that her heart will most likely be up there. So you cross a low stone wall. It surrounds the church grounds. Rusalka suddenly gets really tired. Like, we're talking, she's gaining levels of exhaustion. She's starting to feel very, very tired. And she's like, guys, like, I'm gonna have to have a seat. I've got to sit down. She's like gasping She's like gasping for air.
Probably because she's not near her water.
Can somebody make a religion check, and then somebody else make a medicine check?
I'll do medicine.
I'll do medicine also. 20.
18 on religion.
3.
19 on medicine.
Okay, so she sits on a stone, and she's like gasping for breath, and you kind of dawns on everybody who rolled high that there must be some consecration left of the church. Consecration, that's the right word,
Yeah.
right? A church
Yeah.
is
Church still holy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It wouldn't be noticeable if she still had her heart, which would also be like having like her own willpower, I suppose. But now that her strength is diminished, it's going to be up to you guys to get up to that bell tower. It's going to take at least 2 of you to help her get up to the bell tower,
That's on you guys. I got no strength.
right? Okay.
So I'm barreling up towards the top. I'm just going.
You're just flying up the stairs. Okay. And does anybody want to help her up the stairs, or are you guys going to leave her on the ground?
I'll help carry her.
I have I have high strength.
Okay. So
I'll watch them help.
okay.
You'll supervise.
Perfect. Strength check, please.
Guidance on her.
Okay.
Does that give me advantage or plus?
Yeah. Well, if it's skill check.
14.
21 total.
You get to the top of the tower, and there was like a wood or rope or something that once made up the church's belfry, but that's long gone. And the top edge of the balcony, there's a tiny, shining mote of pure white light, and it's kind of floating in the air. Rusalka kneels, cups it in her hands, and embraces the light into her chest. It disappears, and Rusalka breathes deeply before opening her eyes and smiling. Reclaiming her heart removes all of her levels of exhaustion, and she's able to leave the old church unassisted. The walk back to Rusalka's pool is uneventful and calm. She's able to lead the party around the hungry grass this time, nowhere near the Noken, and they arrive at the pool shortly before dawn. She gives you a small but warm smile, and she says, "Our deal is done. But it seems you will be leaving with something unaccounted in our bargain. My thanks." She looks fondly at each of you and says, "May it give you luck when you next need it." The journey back to the village is simple, and you return and you find the 2 girls. Just as the sun begins to come up, they awaken and everyone is happy. So, add this to your inventory, girls. You get fairy luck. This charm allows you to re-roll 1 attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you dislike with no action required. You must, however, use the second roll. Once it's used 3 times, the charm will vanish.
I'm just thinking about how that's like the longest walk of shame ever.
Right? Like it lasted a year.
A whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she still had to go back to get her t-shirt. Worst. So as you part ways with the Rusalka, and she goes back into her pool, and you make your way back through the town, suddenly that same rickety door appears ahead of you in your path, and Criella pops open the door and tells you,
Hey, girl.
gestures that you come back through the doorway. You go inside, and once again you're not in the same hall again, but you're in a room that has a similar kind of decor, like it's wooden tables and chairs and benches, and definitely not as busy as the other room. But she says you've done a fantastic job, and we thank you very much for it. Yeah. Did you want to leave?
In due time. Stop asking me the same thing over and over. God.
It's the worst.
You're so embarrassing.
You're just embarrassing yourself right now.
Criella's just like, and
So
what?
if
And
we
what?
if we don't live here, we live. I mean, because I got my own pad. That's like I'm like a part. I'm like aristocracy type crap.
Sure.
Type crap.
Type crap.
So I've got like my own place that I have that I've got like all my crap in. I don't want to live here. And
It must be nice having your own thing going on.
It is. I live in the forest, which is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
hey, you can come stay at my place anytime.
Okay. I don't even let you finish. Okay. And I follow you.
Okay, fine.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Fine.
You're welcome to stay in my forest.
Thank you.
I can give you some brambleberries. I know that's not a real berry, but I just made it up.
Brambleberry? Is that
Yep,
what you
just
said?
made it up.
Brambleberry.
Yep, it's probably poisonous.
Criella explains that, well, you are free to have your own abode. It is encouraged that you stay within the walls of the headquarters, simply because this is the only place where we can truly ensure your protection and safety. Because as you begin to move through the ranks and as you are sent out on more and more assignments, there are creatures who will begin to find you interesting and may consider you valuable targets.
That's what I was talking about.
And there it is.
Yes.
Criella says, I would like you to meet my friend. Her name is Zula Uzu. She's opens the door and in comes another tiefling who's carrying equipment with her.
Oh, hey, girl.
She also has red skin and large black ram horns, so they curl right back over her head. And she sits down her equipment and she starts to open up the boxes, and she pulls out tattooing. Tattooing equipment.
I did not sign up for this.
She begins to, set up the tattoo gun, and Criella explains this. She says, the tattooing of the symbol does a combination of things. One thing is that it will ensure that you have an instantly recognizable feature and presence when you should run into other members of Knights Defiance in the field. Because there is such a large network of us, we needed to find an official way, a way that couldn't be altered or changed without our knowledge, to ensure that our people were kept safe and to ensure that the integrity of our network is upheld at all times.
So it's a gang tattoo.
We prefer to think of it as
It's a gang.
a sacred symbol, if you will. Now, Zula is also, we will call her, member of the magic end of Knights of Defiance. And she can infuse these tattoos with the magic of message. So your tattoo is essentially a way to keep in touch with both the headquarters and other members of your party at all times.
So they're
combat.
tracking us.
You didn't happen to go to a
It's a comm badge.
a masquerade?
That's what I was thinking exactly.
As a matter of fact, that is where I came from. Yes.
My character would know that, but
No, right? I know.
Yeah.
This feels like like tracking us, like inserting some sort of tracking device in us.
Under our skin.
So what if?
It's truly for your safety.
Sure. Question:
Answer.
Is it cool?
if a member decided to leave,
Here's a knife.
do they need to cut the tattoo out of their body?
Again, there has never been a reason for a person to leave.
Because they die, right?
There has never been a reason for a person to leave.
There's the exit axe over there. For movie hour. You're free to go.
Yeah. I know where this is going.
Anyhow, it is suggested that these tattoos be best placed in one of two places.
Our
Either on your on your butts, no. Either on your neck, directly below your ear, or on the inner side of your wrist.
So if we cut it out, we die because it's our jugular.
Jugular's down here, not up
Yeah, but we're not good at surgery.
Yeah, but I don't have medicine, so
Okay.
I'll do the wrist because I look better with long sleeves than I do with a turtleneck.
amazing. Okay.
So, is it a particular tattoo we get, or can we get anything we like?
No, it's a combination of a rune and the symbol for Knight's Defiance. So it's like a cross between the shield and the V, with blue and we'll call it gray shading, and a very specific rune that Criella and Zula knew. No.
And if we don't agree to getting it?
Oh, you're gonna get the tattoo.
Oh, I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're staying, you're getting the tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, Criella can persuade you to get the tattoo, but it's much better if you just decide to get the tattoo on your own.
I'm a very argumentative 17-year-old.
Also, you can roll 4d6. It's fine.
You're not the boss of me. Fine.
Okay. So everybody's getting their tattoo?
Yeah, I hold up my left
Yeah,
wrist because I'm
guess
right-handed, so I hold up my left wrist.
Okay. Everybody is agreeing? The spy is agreeing? Everybody
Yeah, Kara's agree, and he holds
Hold it
his
now.
down.
If we get it up here, is it like a touch thing that we have to talk into, or what? How does it work?
Well, yeah, it's sort of like that. You kind of run like a thumbnail over it, and that kind of activates it. So it's not like they're listening all of the time. It's not like a Huawei phone. They're not listening all of the time. It's more like
Hey,
an
I got
Apple
a
phone where
Huawei,
they're
and I
only
love it.
listening some of the time.
Yeah.
It's only
So,
Google that's listening on my Huawei and
Yeah.
trying to track it. Yeah,
Right?
I hate Google.
Yeah.
I don't know. So do you
For that-
want to do the CIA up to your ear, like talking, or do you want to do like I'm checking my pulse on my wrist?
Right? Yeah, like it's just like a scratch with your thumbnail over the tattoo. It's
I
kind
think
of what
I'll do it up here.
activates it. Okay. On your neck. So add that to your appearance or whatever in your app.
Tattoo behind my ear.
Yep.
tattoo
On left wrist.
on, and mine's on my right wrist.
Wait, is it has to be on the right or the left?
No, it's up to you.
Okay.
It could be on either. Just inside of wrist or behind one, like by one of your ears is.
I mean, I'll have to find a spot within the myriad of other tattoos completely covering my character's body. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we can put it right on your cheek if you want, like right in front of your ear.
tattoo
I don't think
behind
he wants
left
beard
ear.
shape, so that's why I want the left wrist.
No, I want it up here.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, what if the character was like already completely tattooed with magical tattoo?
There's a lot of what ifs here.
Right. There's a lot of what ifs.
Moving parts.
If all of your tattoos were dark, then they would just use white ink and tattoo over.
Okay.
Good answer.
Great.
Good answer. Okay,
Foiled
there.
my
Knight's
hard
Defiance
question.
tattoo behind left ear.
What's that, Cynthia?
Knight's Defiance tattoo behind left ear.
Yep. Perfect. Now, it kind of works like a two-way communicator, so you'll be able to ask questions back to headquarters. Headquarters will be able to send you information and all that stuff. Like it's like
Why I'm thinking
Can we talk
of
to each-
there is
Yep.
it like mental that you like telepathically that you're talking to them, or if it's on your wrist, are you like this talking into it like
Yeah.
that with it up to your
well, no.
mouth?
So like you activate it, and then you can continue on, and you just kind of look like you were talking to yourself. You don't have to be like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." You can just be talking and
Is it? Would our wrist or neck be talking, making noise?
No, that is an internal, like you hear it kind of
Okay.
in your head.
And
yeah.
and we can talk to each other.
Yes.
Guys, I still don't like this. Don't like it.
Are you using it to talk to us?
Yeah, right
I
now.
don't like this into your wrist.
Beep, beep. Over. Roger.
So do we
Roger.
actually have to talk into it to like
No,
you were
just
doing?
just
Okay.
activate it and start
And
Okay.
you
your
can
message.
start talking. Yeah,
Okay.
start.
Is it like the message spell?
Well, it's kind of like the message spell. I would keep what you say brief. I wouldn't limit it at 25 words.
It's like Twitter.
they do. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's say it's 280 characters. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not previously 140.
Not previously 140. We'll just start right at the 280.
Because sometimes I like to write novels.
Yeah, and you can with 280
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Unless you put an emoticon in it.
Right.
Certain
Emojis
distance?
just take up 70%.
No
70
distances because
characters.
it's magic,
Okay.
and because the headquarters. Okay, metagame for a
planar-
second.
yeah.
Yeah, like the headquarters isn't really tethered to a plane of existence. It kind
Cellular
of
tower.
yeah, like it
stuff
kind
like
of
that.
floats everywhere and kind of it's always kind of where it needs to be.
Okay.
There's not really a
Good to know for later.
limit on distance. Yeah.
So if we live here, do we have our own quarters?
Absolutely, yeah. Would you like to see the quarters?
Is there a common room?
Yes.
There's a common room. Yes. Yeah.
Cable?
HBO and everything.
Yes, there's a rope from the roof.
So yeah, I'd like
Not
to see
enough.
the room
Okay.
because I wouldn't have a problem moving my townhouse into here.
Okay. We can probably work something out.
I can
way.
sell off some stuff too. so.
Yeah. Okay. So Criella and Amber use their tattoos, which you hadn't seen them do at this point.
I'm surprised Amber let them tattoo her. She's feisty.
Yeah, no, she bought into it, man. She bought into everything that Darjan.
Interesting. Bought into it.
She saw what Darjan was capable of, and she believes in Darjan. So they call another person who comes in, and this person is half elf. Criella says, I would like you to meet Svi Brummer. Svi is kind of the head of the common area. She takes care of all of the quarters, and she makes sure that you have everything that you need at all times.
It's like house mother kind of.
Kind of, yeah, along those lines. So Svi invites you to follow her, and she goes down yet another hallway. Again, it is the same. It's rock-lined walls and torches and some kind of weird arcane light that seems to be just omnipresent. It doesn't seem to be coming from any particular direction or anything like that. And you come into a giant room, and there seems to be like some gaming tables. There seems to be some people sitting around playing cards. Others are sitting around playing dragon chess. You know, they just kind of look up as they see fresh meat come into the building. And she takes you down to the hallway, and this particular hallway simply has 5 doors down it. So this is an exclusive wing for you guys in particular. As you open the door, I want you to describe everything that you think your character could possibly want in a room. Yes. Because that's what you're going to see.
Super teenage room for me.
Yeah.
Purple walls.
Fantastic. Yes. Purple glitter like my bathroom?
My own
Yes.
ensuite with a bidet.
Yes, of course.
I need a clawfoot tub.
Yep, you've got it.
Like each your own separate rooms?
Yeah.
I don't even know what
There's
you want.
only 5 rooms.
In this down this particular hallway, so it's specifically designed for you 5. Remember,
so the
they've
other
been watching
characters-
you for a long time.
So the other characters aren't going to be in this wing.
in this hallway, no.
Okay.
They have no reason to be in this hallway. Yeah. So, yeah. Describe to me what your character's room looks like.
California King,
Yep.
biggest bed you've ever got to see. Most luxurious covers, comforter.
Yeah, mine too. And with the whole, are there clothing there? Would there be clothing there?
Yeah, everything is ready.
So yeah, my closet is filled with like the finest silks and stuff like that type of clothing.
So many pillows, you have to throw them
Yes.
off to sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
I want a race car bed
Sure. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
with a canopy. So it's kind of like fairy, like fairy lights.
It's like a fast fairy.
Like a like the
like a fairy,
like a Pope car bed.
yeah, right. No, like fairy lights, so pretty and earthy with a race car bed.
Yeah, perfect.
Because I have no sense of style as in my character.
Yep.
So just random shit everywhere, and then shelves with like candles and stuff like that. Tons of bath stuff because I love taking baths.
Yeah, mine's got it's very the blues, purples, that type of color, those colors, and deep reds and army green.
Okay. All right. Janet, as you walk around your room, you start to notice still images. They're pictures.
Okay.
Well, we're going to call them still images. And they seem to be almost snapshots of memories that you have of your family.
Well, that makes me cry. So now I'm sobbing inconsolably.
But they
Door open? Do we hear this?
they're taken from some of your happiest moments with your family.
So she cries even harder. Right?
Yeah. So I sit there and I just are they on the wall?
do
Can
we
I
hear
hold the
this?
pictures?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we hear this? Can
Roll
we hear her
perception.
crying?
No.
No. 15.
Yes, you do.
I go to her room.
Okay.
I said, is she like sitting on the bed? What are you doing? Are you sitting on the bed? What
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
sitting
doing?
on the bed. I'm holding one of the pictures.
So I go up to her and I sit beside her and put my arm around her. What's
and
wrong?
then I like lean in.
What's wrong?
Well, these are all my family was slaughtered years ago, and this is pictures of my childhood and what my family, like good memories, but it's overwhelming. It's a lot.
It would be.
That's the worst sound.
It's the worst. I just put my arm. I have my arm around her. I just put my hand on her head and put her head on my shoulder and just hold her while she's crying.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very emotional.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have just like given you an album or something
Right, not on the wall,
on the wall.
so I can only see those always.
Welcome back from that big exhaustion mission. Here's your family.
Here's your family that's no longer around.
No one said the Knights Defiance had like subtlety.
Katie.
We were mercenaries together, so you would have probably told me about your family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I see the same things in her room that she was seeing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not in our heads.
So that's
No. No,
So
it's
when Care walks into his room, it's very. There's a lot of stonework, some wood. It looks very underground, tunnel kind of thing, low light, and for him it feels like home because he's been missing the underground. So he just kind of walks over to the bed and just lays down and just kind of chills out because he doesn't hear what's going on over in
Right.
the other room.
right.
He's just at peace.
Okay.
He likes it.
Okay. What are you guys doing? Aaron, we haven't heard your room at all. You've barely spoken. Describe your character's room for us.
Just basic single bed. Nothing extravagant about it. A workbench to sharpen my daggers and my tools and all that stuff. A big closet, not a closet, but an armoire to have all of my extra tools and bags and clothes and just a basic 17th century room.
See, now if you would have been like Hello Kitty everywhere, and, like, I would have been fucked up.
Yeah, and I have a bench of like the potions and stuff like that, so I can do stuff like that.
Oh, your workbenches and stuff like that.
yeah, that type of thing.
Workstations.
Okay.
Yeah, creating stuff.
Can I ask for some maps for the wall to cover those pictures?
Why not put them in a drawer?
Yeah.
And when you're ready to take them out, you can take them out as one at a time
Okay.
or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take the pictures and
Yeah, we'll take them.
It's a
and
good bonding moment, right, for our
Yep.
characters.
Yeah, no, we'll take them down. We
Okay.
can put them in a drawer. If you want to keep them in my room, we can keep them there
Okay.
and do that.
Okay.
so you're not leaving.
But what if?
She says that she's declaring it.
I mean, we got these stupid tattoos. We can't.
Does my room have windows?
Do you want it to have windows?
I want
do.
it to.
Oh yeah, we need windows.
But can I have windows seeing out? Like, is it underground or are they fake windows? Like
They're
a
Screen.
That's
backlit?
illusory behind it, like it's illusions.
yeah, it's definitely kind of illusionary because the headquarters isn't really attached to
Reality.
like reality, or
It's
not
in the
really
sky.
attached. Yeah, like it's not really attached to a specific
Dimension or
dimension or plane or any of that kind of thing. So when you look out the window, it's exactly what you want to see at that time. So if you are missing the sea when you look out the window, you're going to have ocean views.
Hang on,
And-
so it's my family out the window because it's what I want to see.
well, no, you just stuck them all in a drawer, so obviously you don't
Yeah.
want to see them.
No, I don't.
No.
No.
Yeah. So, but maybe it's seen from, maybe it's a part of the village from where you grew up, or,
Maybe
or
I'm
something like that.
missing the latest episode of whatever the fantasy Shakespeare is.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah, it's Midsummer's. What is that called?
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, that one. And scenes from that playing outside of your window.
Definitely not Hamlet.
Definitely, that would be very. bad. Yeah, I feel like Othello might be a little traumatic as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, and guys, I think that I think we'll stop it with you guys all in your rooms. Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kara's just vegging.
I like my room.
Good. And that's it for episode 2 of Wizards and Wine. If you like what we're doing, make sure you give us a follow on social media. Also on all of the podcasting platforms. Give us a review. A little follow would be spectacular. And if you would like to be a voice of an NPC who will deliver a briefing of an adventure with our characters as they get into the Uncaged anthologies, just shoot us a message and let us know about it on any of those social media platforms. You can, of course, email us as well, wizardsandwine@gmail.com. So, until next Tuesday, always drink responsibly, always carry a D20, and we'll see you next Tuesday.